So till our previous session, we had started talking about the concept of multinational corporations. There are so many organizations which are having the establishments at the multiple places at the same time. At some places they are doing sales, at some places they are doing production, at some places they are doing marketing, at some places they are doing designing, at some places they are sourcing the raw material from. And for these all aspects, for these all purposes, they have the activities going on at the multiple countries, not only in one country, but in multiple countries. And therefore, such kind of organizations is what we call as the multinational corporations. Now, understand the point, my dear friends. These multinational corporations are kind of companies only, but as they are having the establishments, as they are having the functioning at the multiple locations at the same time, that's why they are called as the multinational corporations. If you'd be seeing the examples which are given in front of your screen, Bata India, Infosys, Tata Motors, these all are nothing but the companies which are incorporated in India, but having the functioning, having their own activities being carried out at these multiple of the countries. Like if you take the example of Aditya Birla Group, Aditya Birla Group has got the establishment at around 170 countries. Reliance is having the establishments at around 24 different countries. There are n number of examples on that where the companies are having the establishment at their multiple places. So let's talk about this. A multinational corporation is a business organization that operates in many different countries at the same time. In other words, it's a company that has business activities in more than one country. Now, when we are talking about business activity, we are not talking about only the sales, marketing, or production. Any of such activity being carried at any of these places will be called as the business activity. A multinational corporation has facilities and other assets in at least one country other than its home country. Like हम जो बात कर रहे हैं वो इंडियन मल्टीनेशनल कॉरपोरेशंस हैं, उसी तरह से किसी फॉरेन कंट्री का कोई कंपनी अगर हमारे देश में लोकेटेड है तो that will also be called as the multinational corporation, but those will be called as foreign MNCs and will be having Indian MNCs, right? MNC is multinational corporation. Such companies have offices and or factories in different countries and usually have centralized head office from where they coordinate the global management. At the multiple places, they will be carrying out the activities and their core competencies, their core board of directors will be located in India. Like if you take the example of HDFC, HDFC Limited is having their head office located in Mumbai, the Bandra Kurla complex, Mumbai. But their operations are going on not only in India but across the globe. And therefore, all their major decisions, all their core decisions are taken in Mumbai, but those are applicable all over the world for their respective countries and companies or not. Similarly, if you take the example of Bharti Airtel, Bharti Airtel has got the core location in Delhi, but they are having the operations in Bangladesh, they are having the operations in South Africa, they are having the operations in Sri Lanka, they are having the operations at multiple of the countries at the same time. And therefore, even Bharti Airtel will be considered as the multinational corporation. Am I going good for all? Now, these multinational corporations are basically the very large multinationals may have budgets that exceed those of many small companies. Of course. Why? Because इनके पास पैसा है तभी तो जाके ये दुनिया भर में फैले है ना. और हर जगह जाके क्या बोलते हैं? पैसा बहुत है पर घमंड कभी नहीं किया. And that's why they are accepted at every place where they go. Right? अगर वहां जाके भी घमंड करेंगे तो बहुत दिक्कत होगी. So multinational corporations are sometimes referred to as the transnational, international corporations, but all said and done, commonly these are called as the multinational corporations. What are the major features of it? Number one, इनके assets or turnover, the kind of size that they have for their businesses is huge. Reliance Industries Limited का सालाना turnover, transnational means the organization which is having the activity at multiple nations. That is why it is called as transnational, right? Having the kind of operations in multiple nations together. All right? Yes. So if you take the example of any of the multinational corporation, and if you check their turnovers as compared to their peers, as compared to their competitors within the country, you'll be finding that they are having huge amount of turnover and they have the heavy asset size with them. As MNCs is operating on a global basis, they have huge physical and financial assets. क्योंकि हर कंट्री में जाके इन्होंने ऑफिसेस बनाने हैं, हर कंट्री में जाके इन्होंने अपनी अपनी एक प्रॉपर्टी बनानी है, and for that purpose it is said that they have the huge financial assets. This also results into the high turnover, क्योंकि अलग अलग जगह पे जगह जाके अगर आप बिजनेस करोगे तो ऑफ कोर्स आपके पास ज्यादा अमाउंट का कैपिटल बन जाएगा, आपके पास ज्यादा अमाउंट का टर्नओवर बन जाएगा. In fact, in terms of assets and turnover, many MNCs are bigger than the national economies of several countries. Of course, I'll just try to present it in front of you. Just observe it. I'll just Google it and show it to you. GDP of Brazil for the year 2020, right? Just bring that screen in front of you. सब कुछ परसेंटेज के टर्म में नहीं भैया, अमाउंट के टर्म में बताओ. Results. No, we'll search on something else. World Bank कुछ अलग ही डेटा दे रहा है. डेटा, डाटा, डेटा, किसने किसको डाटा और उस बेसिस पे डेटा को हमने छाटा. पाकिस्तान और अमेजन के बीच में नहीं भाई. Yes, it is. The GDP is 1.84 trillion US dollars for the year 2019, right? So if I consider it like that, 1,000 million billion trillion into 1.84 into 75, so that goes to 138 crore rupees. No, 138 lakh crore rupees. क्योंकि 1 trillion 1,000 million, just a moment, ये भी गूगल से ही पूछते हैं ना. Google, tell me this thing. 1.84 trillion in rupees. Yes, $1 trillion in rupees. Hey Google, पहले कोई भी चीज होती थी हम लोग करते थे हे भगवान, आजकल करते हैं हे गूगल। या 134.57, 1.84 सिर्फ ट्रिलियन का बता रहा है। दिस याहू इज नॉनसेंस। $1 trillion in Indian currency, 1000 billion is, वो तो हमको ही मालूम है रे। तो क्या 71,000, 71,43,000 into 1.84. So their GDP is 131 lakh crore. Correct. 131 lakh crore rupees is the GDP. And if you take the example of Tesla's turnover, that must be equating this. ये तो मैंने ब्राजील बहुत बड़ा देश ले लिया. If you go to some other countries, you'll be finding the better comparisons as compared to this. And these are the facts of the situation. Yes, Satej, I got the same answer. So what I want to highlight about is that there is this situation. Their turnovers, their asset size is much bigger as compared to the economies of certain countries. Yeah. The next one, that is, they have got the international operations. They do not get located only at one place. They'll be carrying out the activities at multiple places. That's the only reason why they are called as the multinational or international corporations. The multinational corporations have production and marketing operations in several countries, operating through a network of branches, subsidiaries, and affiliates in host countries. Now, what is this branch? I need not explain it. That is my part of my organization located in some other country. That is what we call as the branch. What is a subsidiary? Subsidiary is basically a kind of support organization in which majority investment is done by you. You as a company float another company, you as a company invest in some other company, and that company is working in the another country. That is what we call as a subsidiary company. Now subsidiary can work in another country, in your country also. So subsidiary, in simple terms, you write it down. Subsidiary means a sister concern, an organization in which investment is done by the company. एंड एफिलिएट्स आर नथिंग बट द एसोसिएट्स. इसमें आपने डायरेक्ट कोई इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं किया हुआ है, पर इनका और आपका सिनर्जी जुड़ता है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई यू आर कैरिंग आउट द एक्टिविटीज विद देम. सो एफिलिएट्स आर एसोसिएट कंट्री कंपनीज. एंड इन द होस्ट कंट्री मींस व्हाट? जिस कंट्री में आप अपने ऑपरेशंस कैरी ओवर करना चाहते हो, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज होस्ट कंट्री. Like if TCS is having the operations in USA, then USA becomes the host country for them. And if TCS has got the sister concerns there, if TCS has floated a subsidiary there, if TCS has done some kind of association with a country, with a company there in US, then in that case, those companies in USA will be called as subsidiaries of TCS or affiliates or associates of TCS. Am I right? Then they generally have the centralized control. Why? Because they cannot afford to lose their control on the companies which are located outside India. क्योंकि अगर उस पे का कंट्रोल ही निकल गया तो वो कंपनी अपने अपने हिसाब से ऑपरेशन कैरी ओवर करेगी, फिर वो तुमको क्यों पूछेगी? They will make their own profits and they'll share amongst themselves. And therefore, to keep a good kind of control, these kind of organizations are incorporated with the centralized controls. The MNCs are characterized by the unity of control. MNCs control business activities of their branches in foreign countries through the head office located in the home country. Of course, उनके day to day activities में involved नहीं होते हैं, but उनकी strategies, उनकी decision making, उनका way forward, these all things will be taken care of by the management at the centralized level. मैनेजमेंट ऑफ ब्रांचेस ऑपरेट विद इन द पॉलिसी फ्रेमवर्क ऑफ पेरेंट कॉर्पोरेशन। तो जिस तरह की स्ट्रेटेजी पेरेंट कॉर्पोरेशन मतलब हेड ऑफिस डिसाइड करेगी, उसी तरह का स्ट्रक्चर ब्रांच लेवल या सब्सिडियरी लेवल पे भी चलेगा। Then it has got mighty economic power. They have got huge economic power because they are having huge amount of funds which can be invested at any place at any point in time. They have advanced and sophisticated technology. Where is the question about that? You need to have the technology. Without that, how can you make control? अगर आप इंटरनेशनली इन सब लोगों के साथ में, इन ब्रांचेस के साथ में, इन सब्सिडीज के साथ में आप अगर एसोसिएशन ही टेक्नोलॉजिकली नहीं रख पाओगे तो आपके पास कंट्रोल कैसे रहेगा? And for that purpose, it is said that MNCs have advanced and sophisticated technology at its command. It employs the capital intensive technologies in manufacturing and marketing activities. And of course it has got the professional management. Why professional management? क्योंकि जब आप इतने बड़े लेवल पे सब चीज मैनेज करना चाहते हो तो आपको आपके टॉप पे प्रोफेशनल्स की जरूरत पड़ती है, एंड देयरफॉर you need to have the good managers to carry out the activities related to technology, finance, operations, etc. So an MNC employs professionally trained managers to handle the huge funds, advanced technology, and international business operations because they should be able to understand the needs, greeds, demands, requirements of the multiple countries at the same time, right? And therefore, they need to have the people who are having the expertise into the activity. The next one, that is merits of the MNCs. The MNCs having the activity at multiple places. Therefore, it is generating huge amount of employment all over the globe. So MNCs create large scale employment in the host countries. This is a big advantage of MNCs for the countries, and where there is a lot of unemployment, especially in such kind of countries, the MNCs are always welcomed. देन देयर इज एन इनफ्लो ऑफ फॉरेन कैपिटल. अगर आप इंडिया के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बात करो, टीसीएस अगर यूएस में जाके बिजनेस करता है तो यूएस में जितना प्रॉफिट कमाएगा उसका भले ही टैक्स पे करके आएगा, बट फॉरेन करेंसी तो इंडिया में लाएगा या नहीं? एंड बाय दैट वे it will the forex reserves of our country will keep on increasing. The MNCs bring in much needed foreign capital for the rapid development of the developing countries. This inflow of capital will bring much needed boost for the growth of the domestic economy. कैसे बूस्ट होगी डोमेस्टिक इकोनॉमी? अगर आपके पास फॉरेक्स रिजर्व्स अवेलेबल हैं तो उस पर्टिकुलर करेंसी की वैल्यू अगर मार्केट में बढ़ रही है तो आपका परचेसिंग पावर भी तो बढ़ रहा है या नहीं? And when your purchasing power increases, automatically you will be able to command good value in the market or not. Then there is an inflow of foreign capital. जब आप फॉरेन कंट्रीज में सॉरी देन देयर इज अ प्रॉपर यूज ऑफ आइडल रिसोर्सेस इन अ सेंस दैट आपके विद इन योर कंट्री वॉट एवर इज द रिसोर्स अवेलेबल, if that is not functioning or if that is not having all the work, that physical and human resources can be deployed at the places wherever it is required, and by that way there will be the proper utilization of all the resources that you have. So MNCs are in a position to utilize idle physical and human resources of the host country properly because of their advanced technical knowledge, and this results in an increase in the national income of the host country also. उनके लिए भी फायदा हो रहा है. There is a technical development क्योंकि MNCs तो एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी लेके जा रही है. तो अगर एडवांस टेक्नोलॉजी लेके जा रही है तो जिस कंट्री में अब एमएनसी नॉर्मली कहां जाके अपने आप को एस्टेब्लिश करती हैं? जहां जहां पे उनके लिए खर्च कम होता है. तो अगर खर्च कम होने वाली कंट्री मतलब गरीब देश, और गरीब देश में जाके ये अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी लाएंगे तो ऑफ कोर्स उस कंट्री का उसमें टेक्निकल डेवलपमेंट का फायदा होगा या नहीं? So MNCs are basically carrying the merit of technical development for the host countries. In fact, MNCs are the vehicle for transfer of technical development from one country to another. अगर फॉरेन कंपनीज ने हमारे देश में एस्टैब्लिशमेंट्स नहीं किए होते तो हमको एडवांस्ड कंप्यूटिंग टेक्नोलॉजीज एटसेट्रा मिली होती क्या? नहीं, we would have been laggard in that. Why we are talking about 5G and 6G kind of technology in the telephone industry is because our companies are competing with the world now, and because of that they are having the better establishments. All right, the next point, that is managerial development. अब मैं अगर किसी फॉरेन कंट्री में जाके काम करूंगा, मेरे पास एडवांस मैनेजरियल स्किल्स हैं, तो वहां के लोगों को मैं वो स्किल्स शेयर करने वाला हूं, एंड बाय दैट वे their management techniques will also get developed or not. So MNCs employ the latest management techniques. People employed by MNCs do a lot of research in management. In a way, they help to professionalize the management along with the latest lines of management theory and practice, which leads to managerial development of the host countries also. This point, I won't buy it. End of local monopolies. In fact, they are creating the monopolies that there, and that's why they are going in that multiple countries. So there is no end of local monopolies at all. But still, to a certain extent, they are putting a check on it. Like हमारे देश में अगर अमेज़न नहीं होता तो आज जियो मार्ट ने वर्चुअली मोनोपोलाइज कर दिया होता मार्केट को। आज हमारे देश में अमेज़न है, फ्लिपकार्ट है, पेटीएम है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई जियो मार्ट इज विद इन द कंट्रोल्स। Otherwise, they would have provided you the services at their own conditions. And that's why you need to control these monopolies only by the international organizations. The entry of MNCs lead to competition in the host countries. The local monopolies of the host countries either start improving their product or reduce their prices. आपने वो छलांग पिक्चर देखी है? छलांग अभी अभी आई थी, वो राजकुमार राव वाली। Did you see that movie? छलांग? नहीं। In that, Rajkumar Rao is being shown as a PTI, the physical training instructor in a school, and he's been there for because he had the connect in that school. He had the contacts in that school. Now there comes a new PTI, and this PTI is having more professional attitude, more approach. Earlier, when Mr. Rajkumar Rao was taking the training sessions, at that time he was just avoiding it. म्हणतात ना पाट्या टाकणे कि मेरा समय खत्म करूं मैं, just somehow I'll kill my time daily. But when this new fellow, I don't recall his name now, when this new fellow has been appointed as the PTI, at that time his services automatically got improved. He tried to bring in the better things in his students. So by that way, what is happening? Please understand carefully. Whenever the competition will come, your improvement is bound to happen or not? Yes or no? अब जैसे आप घर में बैठे हो तो घर में तो हम कब कौन से कपड़े पहन लेते हैं कोई फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता है। बट द मोमेंट यू स्टार्ट, कभी बाल बना रहे हैं कभी नहीं बना रहे, स्पेशली रिलेटेड टू बॉयज, मतलब ये तो अगर 7 दिन में 4 दिन नहा भी लें तो बड़ी बात है। मतलब दे फील कि हाँ यार कल तो नहाए थे, अभी 2 दिन आराम है। And the moment the classes face to face would start, these people will go immediately back to the salons and get their hair cut, will try to search for the good clothes, and will be coming out of their houses like they were the smartest amongst all. So all said and done, what I'm trying to tell you is whensoever there will be the international competition, you will have the improvement in your services, right? So that's why the MNCs put an end to the exploitative practices of the local monopolists. Exploitative means people who were trying to trouble, people who were trying to dictate their own terms. जब तक के हमारे देश में टेलीफोन कम्युनिकेशन में ये मल्टी कंपनीज नहीं आई थी, तब तक दूर संचार वुड डिक्टेट देयर टर्म्स। मुझे याद है हमारे घर में लैंडलाइन हुआ करता था, और उसमें कभी भी कोई प्रॉब्लम आती थी तो 4-4 दिन तक के रिपेयर नहीं होता था। हम लोग कॉन्टैक्ट्स निकाल निकाल के जाते थे दूरसंचार ऑफिस में, और वहां पे जाके वो ऑफिसर से मिलके उसको समहाउ हम लोग कन्विंस करते थे कि ये करेक्ट करवा लो। और आज ये सिचुएशन है आई एम सॉरी, आज ये सिचुएशन है that these people from outside, these people from BSNL, earlier Dursanchar, now BSNL, are coming up to your homes and they are saying that if you want any kind of services from us. Why this has happened, why this change has occurred, is because of the MNC pressure, right? Then there is an improvement in the standard of living. Why improvement in the standard of living? आपके पास अलग नए नए टेक्नोलॉजीज आ गए, आपके पास नया मैनेजमेंट स्किल्स आ गया, आपके पास नए प्रोडक्शन के तरीके मिल गए। सो एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ दैट योर स्टैंडर्ड ऑफ लिविंग ऑटोमेटिकली इंप्रूव्स, क्योंकि आपके पास नया नया सिस्टम्स अवेलेबल हो रहा है। एंड जस्ट इमेजिन दैट इज अ सिचुएशन, हम लोग जब छोटे हुआ करते थे उस समय पे हमारे पास बहुत ही कम रिसोर्सेस हुआ करते थे जिसके द्वारा हम लोग बाहर जाएं, घूम के आए, फिर के आए। But nowadays, if you find, every family is interested to just roam around because there are the options, opportunities available. So the moment options and opportunities will be available, automatically you'll be able to work in a better way. It is nothing but what we call as improvement in the standard of living. So by providing the quality products and services, the MNCs help to improve the standard of living of people of host countries. Yes, alternates are available, which were not the case earlier. Then promotion of international brotherhood and culture. By if I am going into another country, then in that case I am going to adapt with the culture of that country. The people who are working for me in that country will be required to adapt my culture, which I am following in India. So as we are having the adaptiveness of the cultures of each other, it brings the international associations. So MNCs basically integrate the economies of various nations with the world economy through their international dealings. MNCs promote the international brotherhood and culture and pave a way for the world peace and prosperity. सीधी बात है भैया, आपके विश्व की जो प्रॉस्पेरिटी है, आपके विश्व की जो पीस है, दैट इज डिपेंडेंट ऑन द इंटरनेशनल बिजनेस ओनली। ये फैक्ट है। अगर एक कंपनी 50 अलग अलग एंट्रीज में बिजनेस कर रही है तो दे वुड ऑलवेज बी इंटरेस्टेड टू हैव अ काइंड ऑफ एसोसिएशन ऑफ दीज 50 कंट्रीज। अगर इंडिया की कोई कंपनी चाइना में लोकेटेड है, इंडिया की कोई कंपनी श्रीलंका में, जापान में, पाकिस्तान में नहीं होगी, बट अगर अफगानिस्तान में एंड द काइंड ऑफ प्लेसेस इफ दे आर लोकेटेड, what that Indian company and the management of that Indian company would like to have, they would simply be liking to have that there should be the good relations of Indian diplomats with the other countries. Why? Because अगर इनमें झगड़े हुए तो हमारा business affect होगा. And that's why MNCs bring a kind of peace and prosperity. Please try to understand, it's very deep kind of thought. From the micro point of view, you cannot think of it. You have to think of it from the macro perspective. Am I going good? The next one, that is the demerits of the MNCs. The very first, danger for the domestic industry. Why multi-brand retail was opposed in our country was only because of this danger to the domestic industries. What was this multi-brand retail? A retail company was allowed to have the multiple of the brands with them at the same time. इसके लिए Walmart is known to be the organization which is having such kind of activities internationally. Walmart was interested to come to India also. अगर वॉलमार्ट सच में इंडिया में आ जाता तो हमारे देश में कोई भी छोटा दुकानदार कंटिन्यू बिजनेस को कंटिन्यू कर ही नहीं पाता. And for that purpose, it is said that MNCs create one of the largest fear for the local corporations, for the local businesses, right? And MNCs, therefore, is said because of their vast economic power, pose a danger to the domestic industries, which are still in the process of development. The domestic countries cannot face the challenges posed by MNCs, क्योंकि आज भी अगर हमारे देश में छोटे लेवल पे प्रोडक्शन होगा तो उसका कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन ज्यादा ही होगा. अब वॉलमार्ट जब कोई चीज प्रोड्यूस करवाएगा तो वो इंटरनेशनल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से प्रोड्यूस करवाता है. तो ऑफ कोर्स जो डोमेस्टिक इंडस्ट्री है उस प्रोडक्ट को बनाने वाली, उससे तो डायरेक्ट इंपैक्ट होगा. यानी each and everyone can't afford Walmart. Who said it, Sanskruti? बिग बाजार तुम जाया करते थे, वॉलमार्ट के पास इतना पैसा है कि वो हर गांव में जाके अपना आउटलेट खोल सकता है, वहां नुकसान क्यों ना हो जाए. वो नुकसान कभी करेगा नहीं, क्योंकि their cost of production, the cost of procurement of the goods by itself is so small that they are able to cover up their profits very comfortably, right? So many domestic industries have to wind up as a result of threat of MNCs. Thus, MNCs give a setback to the economic growth of the domestic countries, of the host countries. Repatriation of profits. मैंने आपको एग्जांपल बताया, अगर TCS यूएस में जाके काम कर रही है तो यूएस में जो वो पैसा कमाएगी वहां पे टैक्स भले भर देगी, बट वहां का फॉरेक्स रिजर्व हमारे देश में आएगा नहीं. तो वहां का प्रॉफिट वहीं पे इन्वेस्ट हो रहा है ऐसा नहीं है. प्रॉफिट यूएस में कमा रही है, पैसा इंडिया में ला रही है और वापस इंडिया में इन्वेस्ट कर रही है. एंड बाय दैट वे वो री इन्वेस्ट, अगर डोमेस्टिक कंपनी होती जो उसी कंट्री में काम कर रही है, they would have reinvested their funds within the same country or not, and by that way it would have brought the prosperity to the same country. But because of the international transaction, this prosperity get stopped. Repatriation of profits means sending the profits to their respective country. So MNCs earn huge amount of profits. Repatriation of profits by MNCs adversely affect the foreign exchange reserve of the host country, क्योंकि वहां का foreign exchange उठा के वो हम हमारी कंट्री में लेके आ रहे हैं, which means that large amount of foreign exchange goes out of the host country. Interference, ये बहुत बड़ा issue है. When you are carrying out the activities at the multiple countries, every country's government will have the interference in your activities. So initially MNCs help the government of the host country in a number of ways, and then gradually start interfering in the political affairs of the host country. I'll just give you a very simple example on this. Abhi, Pfizer has been one of the primemost company which has produced the vaccine for corona. Pfizer is going into the countries and saying that we are ready to supply the vaccines to you, but we want this kind of conditions for us कि कल को हमारा वैक्सीन लगा के अगर किसी को कोई तकलीफ हो जाती है, किसी की कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाती है, किसी का कोई प्रॉब्लम होता है, तो we will not be responsible, we will be immune from the laws that you have. This is nothing but what we call as the political interference. You're trying to you're trying to poke into their political scenarios. Being the large business, you can do this. People do the lobbying in the government. People dictate the government their terms कि तुम हमारे हिसाब से लॉ बनवाओ ताकि हम जैसा चाहें वैसा बिजनेस यहां कर पाए. That is what they seriously do. I have observed it. Like in India also it happens. कई बार आपने सुना होगा that Reliance is guiding the government on how to carry out the activities, etc. And this happens. Actually, this happens, right? Disregard of national interest of the host country. मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ता है तुम्हारी कंट्री ग्रो हो रही है नहीं हो रही है, मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ता है तुम्हारे कंट्री में टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप हो रही है नहीं हो रही है. मुझे तो मेरे हिसाब से प्रॉफिट मिल रहा है या नहीं वो देखना है. So MNCs invest most profitable sectors and disregards the national goals of and priorities of the host country. If the host country want to control the pollution, they won't worry about it. ये तुम्हारा मैटर है. तुमने मेरे को इधर बिजनेस करने दिया, मेरे बिजनेस में पोल्यूशन होता है, मैं वो करेगा. तुमको कैसा मैनेज करना है तुम जाके करो. तुम्हारा जो नॉर्म्स है मैं उसको फॉलो करेगा. उसके बियॉन्ड तुम मेरे से बात नहीं करने का. दे डू नॉट केयर फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ बैकवर्ड रीजन्स, क्योंकि उसको जहां सही एम्प्लॉय मिलेगा वहीं जाके अपना बिजनेस करेगा. मेरे को अगर सही तरह का एम्प्लॉय, तुम मेरे को बोलोगे आप इंडिया में सपोज कोई फॉरेन कंपनी आ रही है और उसको तुम जाके बोलोगे नहीं तुमने ना जाके वो उधर असम मेघालय उधर जाके बिजनेस करने का. क्यों? तो वहां का रीजन हमको डेवलप करना है. जो फॉरेन कंपनी आती है, सपोज गूगल इज कमिंग टू इंडिया और टेस्ला इज कमिंग टू इंडिया. टेस्ला को तुमने जाके बोला नहीं नहीं तुमने ना वो उधर जाके वो नागालैंड में अपना फैक्ट्री डालने का. अब नागालैंड में फैक्ट्री डालेगा, उधर कब प्रोड्यूस करेगा, कब सप्लाई करेगा. वो टेस्ला वाला बोलता है, क्या नाम उसका, जेफ बेजोस. वो बोलता है नहीं नहीं भाई, मैं जाएगा तो बंगलुरु जाएगा, मैं जाएगा तो पुणे जाएगा, मैं जाएगा तो गुड़गांव जाएगा. मैं वो इलॉन मस्क, हाँ सॉरी, जेफ बेजोस इज अमेजन. मैं इधर तुम्हारे हिसाब से ये इधर नॉर्थ ईस्ट बीच नहीं जाएगा, मेरे को उधर कोई काम नहीं मिलने वाला. व्हाई? बिकॉज तुम्हारा इंटरेस्ट क्या, उससे मुझे क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है. तुम्हारा कंट्री उधर डेवलप, तुम्हारा कंपनी उधर डेवलप नहीं हो रहा है, उससे मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. मुझे मेरा कंपनी ग्रो करना है. Misuse of mighty status, I've already explained that particular thing to you. They are guiding the governments for their profits. Exploitation of natural resources. मैं उस मेरे बिजनेस की वजह से तुम्हारे नेचुरल रिसोर्सेस कम हो रहे हैं, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. मेरे बिजनेस के वजह से तुम्हारे बिजनेस में कोई प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. I will carry out the activity in a way I require because I have paid the funds for the purpose of investing the money in your country. So MNCs tend to use the natural resources of the host country carelessly. They cause rapid depletion of some of the non-renewable energies, and as a result of that, they cause a permanent damage to the economic development of the host country. Then selfish promotion of the alien culture. हमारे हिसाब से सब कुछ होएगा, हम तुम्हारा कुछ नहीं लेंगे. Whatever we want, you will do the activities like that. MNCs tend to promote the alien culture in the host country to sell their products. They make people forget about their own culture, a cultural heritage. Example in India, like हमारे देश में मेक इन इंडिया का इतना ज्यादा जज्बा है that कोई भी विश्व में कोई भी देश हमको कॉम्पीट नहीं कर सकता है. बट स्टिल हमने हमारे टेस्ट मैकडोनल्ड्स में कन्वर्ट कर दिए अगेंस्ट वड़ा पाव. हमने हमारा टेस्ट पिज्जा पे कन्वर्ट कर दिया एज अगेंस्ट द इंडियन डोसा. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट वी आर गेटिंग shifted to that alien culture. Originally this was the alien culture, but for you people, for your generation, that's a normal thing, you know. You going and buying a cold drink, you going and buying a pizza for McDonald's ka burger etc, that's a normal culture for you. आमच्यासाठी उन्हाळ्यात केरीपणा म्हणजे एक बेस्ट कोल्ड्रिंक असायची. पण तुमच्यासाठी काही असो, कुठलीही वेळ असू देत, वी वॉन्ट द काइंड ऑफ स्प्राइट, कोको कोला अँड काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स. I'll just finish in 5 minutes because things are getting completed. Exploitation of people. क्योंकि आप लोकल लेवल के लोगों को, क्योंकि आप लोकल लेवल, हाँ बराबर है. These are the textbook writers which are of course having the very much conservative behavior. So you are having the exploitation of people in the local areas because you are hiring them at the very low cost, which is quite feasible for your organizations. The MNCs can join hands with the big business houses of the host countries and emerge as a powerful monopolies. This leads to the concentration of economic power only in few hands. आज की तारीख में वही सिचुएशन है. अगर आप लार्ज स्केल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस की बात करो तो देयर आर वेरी लिमिटेड लार्ज स्केल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस व्हिच आर कंट्रोलिंग ऑल द बिजनेसेस दैट वी हैव, एंड दैट्स व्हाट इज एक्सप्लॉयटेशन ऑफ पीपल. आप टेलीकॉम इंडस्ट्री का एग्जांपल ले लो. You do whatsoever you want to, but you will be spending at least an amount of 200 rupees on your mobile connection. तुम कितने भी पैकेजेस देख लो, कितने भी तुमने डिस्काउंट कूपन अप्लाई कर लिए, तो भी मिनिमम महीने का 200 रुपया तुम खर्च करते ही हो ऑन योर डेटा कनेक्शन, ऑन योर मोबाइल कनेक्शन, फॉर श्योर यू आर गोइंग टू डू दैट. Why? Because they have made the cartel in such a way that you are bound to spend it. All right. So that is it for the day. With this, we finish off with this chapter also. The next chapter will be starting in tomorrow's session at 10:15. Thank you for today.